Today's video, I'm going to share with you how I earn over $100,000 per year in dividends using margin, even with higher margin interest rates. Some people are quoting 15% interest rates, and that's why they're scared to start with my margin strategies to live financially free and get ahead. But I'm going to share with you in this video why that doesn't matter, okay? So if you need help with my margin e-guides, email me at akintodd48@gmail.com. So net account value, 400,000. We don't care about this number. 4,000 that we lost on Friday, we don't care about that. We only care about 0.58. What was the NASDAQ down? 0.68. So as long as you're tying your investments to the indexes, you shouldn't be worried about margin A, but that's not what people are really worried about. They understand that. A lot of my subscribers get that. They're just reluctant to go into margin because of their high margin rate, which again, I'm going to help alleviate that issue for you today. So we're up 32% for the year. The Dow's up 3, the S&P is up 13, the Nasdaq's up 28%. So we're beating all the indexes, not only on a year-to-date basis, but on a daily basis, as I just showed you, because we're beating the Nasdaq. We're in between the Nasdaq and the S&P. That's exactly what you want. But we tie our investments to the indexes. That's how I'm getting this extra performance, which, as you can see, CLM, one of my favorite vehicles. I have e-guides on Cornerstone, CLM and CRF as well. 0.37, CLM was down. Look at what the S&P was down, 0.37. So it matched it exactly on Friday. Now, that's the beauty of Cornerstone because it has a 21% dividend and it matches the indexes. I mean, how often can you find a deal like that where, again, not only does it move like the indexes, but it gives you a 21% and it drips the dividends down here at NAV. See how the market price is $8 for Cornerstone, $8. Well, look down here at the NAV, $6.49, $6.79, $6.61. Look at this $6.49. That's a 25% gain, 25%. $6.79, 19%. $6.71, 21% gain. So you see down here, $6.71, 21% gain. So this is how I'm beating the market, guys. This is how I'm also getting over $100,000 per year in dividends, is because I have investments like Cornerstone, where I have over 400 grand in Cornerstone, as you can see. And a lot of people don't want to buy Cornerstone that I've found at my community because they think that the rights offering is going to occur soon, because it does happen around spring or March every year typically. And so they want to buy this fund after the rights offering. And I get that, because they don't want to get hurt by that drop from the rights offering. However, the dividends that you're getting from Cornerstone are paying back that higher margin rate. If your margin rate is 15%, then you have to use Cornerstone to get ahead of that. Now, you don't need Cornerstone. You can combine these other funds together, like a Tesla with a 60% yield and a JEPI with about a 10% yield. You can combine these other funds that we have and still get an overall yield in your portfolio of about 15 to 20%, which then covers your margin interest. But I'm still going to share with you why that doesn't matter, the higher margin rate, okay? So again, if you need help with my e-guides on Cornerstone on how to play, email me at akintodd48@gmail.com. You don't have to worry about the rights offering, because when you buy my e-guides, I send you over to my Discord server, which gives you alerts for the rights offering in Cornerstone. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of that. I watch the website every day, and I'm going to teach you guys on my Discord server how to watch that as well, so that we can all stay on top of it together. We're exchanging good information in there about lower, who has the best margin rates and who does the drip for Cornerstone, because not all brokerages do the drip for Cornerstone, that special drip I just showed you at the NAV of $6. So we're exchanging good information in there, and I really am enjoying it. But I still see reservations from people who are scared to use margin because of that high margin rate. Let's just run through this example, okay? Say your dividend portfolio is earning you $100,000 per year in dividends, or let's just say many people on my channel are high net worth individuals. They already come to me with a high yield on their portfolio, so they're earning dividends per month already. And so this would be definitely applicable to them. But even with a smaller account, let's say you only have a $10,000 account and you're earning $1,000 in dividends per year, which is about a 10% yield. Okay, so this is how to deal with that. Okay, guys, you only take out the margin. Are you ready? Are you ready? You only take out the margin that your dividends pay for each month. So if I'm earning 4,000 in dividends per month, then I'll take out 4,000 in margin because I know that that 4,000 pays back the 4,000 at the end of the month. So the interest rate, if you're pulling out, let's say 4,000 in margin for Cornerstone at 21%, then the interest rate that you're charged at your broker, 15%, is covered. You're beating it by 5 or 6 basis points. So, and then in that, also in that month, your margin is paid back. If you took out 4,000 in margin and you're making 4,000 in dividends, your margin debt is gone. Your account is plus 4,000 now, and that 4,000 that you invested in someplace, let's say for a Tesla or a Cornerstone, you're getting now 20% on top of that. So you have no more margin interest because your interest is gone since you paid it back with the dividends. But now going forward, you're left with 4,000 more dollars that have a higher yield. So 20% on that 4,000 is basically $1,000. That's $800 more in income per year. And so that's how I grow my income so much. I take this monthly income and this yearly income and I snowball it each year because at first it's slow, okay? At first you start with this strategy and it's slow, I admit. I mean, if you're earning 10,000 in dividends and you take out 1,000 in margin, yes, you pay back that 1,000 in about a month, and your performance grows by about 0.25 basis points, and your dividends grow by about let's say if you took out that 1,000 in debt, you invested at 20%, your dividends grow by $200 per year. Okay, that while that doesn't seem like a lot, okay, you have to just do this at all costs and focus on this every month, kind of like a paycheck. You always want to pay raise if you're doing good at your job. Well, I'm always trying to give myself pay increases responsibly, but only if I tie them to the indexes, my investments, or only if I'm paying back my margin debt with those investments. So at the end of 3 years, my margin debt will be gone. As you know, I earn over 100,000 per year in dividends. So in 3 years, this 272 will be gone, and my account will be plus 300,000. Excuse me. So 400,000 plus 3, I'll be at 700,000 and zero debt. And then all these assets will be left to myself, these dividend producing assets. And then when I have zero debt, guess what? I'm going to put on more debt because I'm getting paid to put on debt. If my interest that I'm earning over here is 20% in Cornerstone or 60% in Tesla, then I'm getting paid to be in margin. I mean, the interest rate I'm charged is 5%. Now, that happened because I have a larger account size and I trade frequently. But you guys can build that credit up with your broker. If you just tell him I want a lower margin rate and he doesn't give it to you, tell him you're going to be implementing this strategy of using more dividends and trying to be more responsible in your life and living through dividends instead of capital gains and trading, because banks don't take trading gains, by the way. You can lose from trading. 90% of people lose in day trading. That's not good. That's what you don't want to day trade for a living, and you don't want to do it on margin, especially. But even if you're winning with day trading, the banks don't take it. The banks only take dividends or paychecks for loans. So if you want to open up your life and live financially free, you have to have dividends that qualify you. That's how I was able to get my car, my house. The car that you see in my shorts videos, the short section of my videos, that car was paid for all by my dividends. I didn't have any co-signer or anything else to help me get that car. So that's all made possible through Cornerstone. And again, if you don't want to buy Cornerstone right now because of that rights offering and you're fearing that, I understand. You can use a combination of these other funds, though. If you do want to buy Cornerstone, I think that that's a fine choice because the drip shares that I just showed you, those dividends that you drip over here at NAV, are too hard to pass up. They're too good to pass up. And also, the rights offering is not that scary when you've been through them a few times like me. And also, again, I alert you of that rights offering on my Discord server. So I would go ahead and buy Cornerstone now if I were you and not worry about that rights offering, because even if you lost in the rights offering and you missed completely, you missed the boat on the rights offering, it happened, it dropped your account significantly that year. If you just wait 5 years in Cornerstone, 20% yield times 5 years is 100% payback. So that's the approach that I take with all of these dividend funds. I don't care if they lose. I don't care if I'm losing on a daily basis or on a yearly basis. the dividends eventually cash flow the losses. Now, a lot of channels promote this same strategy where they just want the dividends to cash flow. They don't care about the losses. And I think that that's irresponsible. I think you need to get best of both worlds, dividends and performance. And this performance comes from tying my investments to the indexes, not just any high yielding dividend fund. Okay, the high yielding dividend funds that I buy, like a Tesla, an Apple, OARC, even that's small caps, Cornerstone, Jeppy, all these guys are tied to the indexes. So I just put a lot of my money in those. But again, the best way to grow your account beyond putting your money in indexes is to use margin. That's how you get ahead. You use loans to get ahead. I don't know of any other great ones or corporations that do not use loans to get ahead. So, and think about it once again, okay? Don't be daunted by the higher margin rates, okay? Because if you're taking out a small amount of margin to start, which you should to experiment with anything, then you're gonna pay back that margin by the end of the month if you take out what you can earn in dividends. So if you're earning 10,000 in dividends already, as you came to my channel, you're already using passive income strategies in your portfolio. You're earning about 10,000 in dividends per month. Let's just say it's rare, but let's just say you are. Then if you took out 10,000 in margin, that margin's paid back by the end of the month, so the interest rates don't matter. Then also that 10,000 that you took out in margin, you're getting it at 20% interest if you bought Cornerstone, or 10% if you got Jeppy. Now, even if you're losing on your margin rate, you're getting charged 10 from you're earning 10 from Jeppy, you're losing 15 in interest over the year from your brokerage account. Then you're still okay because you paid it back by the end of the month. So the interest rates still don't matter. And then look what you're left with afterwards, okay? You pay down your margin, your margin is gone, and you're left with extra income now in the process. You're left with, excuse me, I've been trying to make videos all night about this topic, but every time I put edits into to YouTube, they take forever. So I just make another video while the other edits are pending. And that's why I'm not doing the Cornerstone video. You guys are asking if I can just alert you guys with a video through YouTube. It takes forever to upload things to YouTube, and I exhaust myself making thousands of videos. So that's why I prefer just alerting you of the rights offering through the Discord server, okay? Which, again, is free if you buy my e-guides. Email me at aikentod48@gmail.com if you need help with my e-guides on either margin or how to play Cornerstone before the rights offering. So anyway, do you guys understand what I'm saying? If you take out 1,000 in debt, that's the only amount of debt you should take out. If you're earning that same amount in dividends, 1,000 per month, you just take out 1,000 in margin debt and you pay it back by the end of the month. But then that 1,000 that you did take out at that incremental yield of, let's say, 20% on Cornerstone, you're earning 20% on that 1,000. So if you keep doing that each month, you're gonna go 1,000, you're gonna pay that back, and then you're gonna get an extra 200 off that 1,000 at 20% dividend yield from Cornerstone. You do that times 12 months, now you're making $2,400 more that year, okay, which is about $200 per month, which is a cable bill. So you're making $2,400 more now per year, which then each year you grow. So next year you can take out more margin and scale it up more and more to where eventually you're earning a respectable amount, maybe more than me, because if you have a job, you can really power up your account with a job. So that's why you shouldn't be scared of higher margin rates, in my opinion, okay, guys? You only take out a small amount of margin, enough that you can pay back from your dividends, and then you compound your dividend yield each month as you do that, and you get extra performance as you undoubtedly tie them to the indexes. If you tie them to the indexes, you will undoubtedly get more performance because the indexes move higher over time. And a lot of these funds move slower than the indexes, like a Jeppy, it's covered calls, so it moves slower than the actual index, 0.9%. As you can see here, Jeppy, it's a slower mover. So even when the market falls, these don't fall as much. And that's how I was able to get through the 2022 bear market. A lot of these are conservative, either bond funds or slower moving index funds. So even when you're using margin with these strategies, you don't get hurt as bad as you would think. I mean, I was outperforming the market on Friday, even with being in 200,000 in debt. So that's because I'm invested in such conservative index plays. And again, I don't care about losses, up or down. The banks don't see those either. The banks also don't see this debt that doesn't show up on a credit check. You can click sell at any time. So all I care about is cash flowing my debt here. These dividends cash flow themselves even with losses, and then they pay back my debt, and then you're left with more income for life because you keep exponentially growing your income as you pay back your margin. And then in a few years you can start taking out margin debt like me, and feeling more comfortable with larger amounts of margin. And then you can also negotiate your margin rate down at that point because you will have built a lot of credit with your broker. So that'll do it for the video, guys. I don't want to talk too long because the videos can't be long. I don't want to lose people's attention. But anyway, if you need help with my e-guides, email me at aikentod48@gmail.com for margin e-guides or how to play Cornerstone. And if you're scared of playing Cornerstone, again, I understand that. You can use a combination of these other funds, or you can go to my Discord server where I provide you those alerts for rights offerings from Cornerstone. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Leave comments in the section below if you have any other videos you want me to cover. And if you need more help just inquiring about my services, or you have general questions that are more in depth that I can't answer in the YouTube comment section, just email me again at aikentod48@gmail.com. Thanks.